everyone. Today I will walk you through the demo instance of SurveySensum and talk about its features and functionalities. I hope my screen is visible with the demo instance. Now, this is our demo instance. Initially, when you see a platform of your own with your login credentials, you will see a blank screen. But as and when you start adding new surveys and creating new survey projects, all of those will pop up over here in this particular screen. Now, in order to start a survey from the beginning, I'll just click on the create survey button. And over here, under customer experience specifically, we have so many templates which are readily available. We do have NPS, we have CSAT, contact center satisfaction, CES. All of the other templates are available. Now, let's say the IT team or the product team of the company also wants to use this tool. So, for that, also, we have several templates which are available. For the HR team as well, we have templates based on the entire employee life cycle. For the marketing team as well, there are certain templates which are available. But let's say there's a template that you want but you do not see over here. So you can also start it from scratch. So this is a pretty flexible DIY tool from where you can kickstart a survey within a few minutes without you having to reach out to the IT team. Everything you need something. Now let's say we are creating an NPS survey for example. So I'll just click on the NPS template. Now over here I can go ahead and give this one a particular name. Let's say I'm creating a survey for ABC company. So I'll hit the create button. Over here I get to see the first question which will be readily available for me, which is how likely are you to recommend ABC company to a friend or a colleague. Over here we get to see the 11 pointer scale from 0 to 10. Now the next question which should ideally pop up is an open-ended question trying to understand the reason behind the score. So the next question would be what is the primary reason for your score? Or if you want a customized question in terms of whatever rating they are giving you, based on that the question should pop up. So for that also you can choose the custom follow-up question option, where for promoter a single question will pop up, for a passive there will be a different question, and for a detractor there will be a completely different question, right? And these questions are also editable. Now in this particular survey you can add as many questions as you want. It could be a CSAT question, it could be long text, short text, multiple choice, rate attributes, image upload, media upload. All of these options are there. So for example, let's say I want to create a rate attribute question. Let's consider this company to be an insurance based company, for example. So we can just write rate us on the following. Okay. And the first question can be onboarding process. The other one could be customer service. Something could be like claim process. So the questions can be decided, and this is a pretty flexible tool. So whatever question you want, whatever changes you want to make after even this is published, you can easily go ahead and make those changes. Now once the questions are decided, the next part will be changing the appearance of this questionnaire. So you can easily go ahead and add your company's logo. You can change the colors, the theme, the branding, everything can be changed. So for example, let's say I want to add a new logo. So let's say I choose this. So this will pop up as the logo. I can make sure if I want it in the middle, or I want it in the left, right, or center. I can select the size of the logo. So whatever I want I can do. I can add a background if I want to. If I want to change the colors of these questions, I can go ahead and do that as well. So all of these options are there. Now going back to the build part, okay, I'll just save this as a theme by scrolling down. Now going back to the build part, let's say I want to add certain kind of logic. Like let's say somebody has given me a bad rating, 1 or 2 rating for each of these parameters. only then I want to add a new question. So those logics can also be applied. So for example, you can mention, I see you have given a low rating for the above attributes. Please elaborate and help us improve. Okay. Now we can add a logic that this particular question will only pop up if they have given me a bad rating in the rate attribute question. So for this, let's say, is any of 1 or 2. Okay, this would be one condition. Similarly, I can make the required changes for customer service, and that could be is any of 1 or 2. So all these logics can be easily added in the tool like this. Now going to the sharing part, you can easily share these surveys through whatever means you have. It could either be email, WhatsApp, SMS, QR code, embed in website, all these options are there. Now let me take the example of email. So you can go ahead and change the name of the person from where this email is going, the email ID. You can change the content of this subject, the template through which the email will be sent. If you want an embedded survey instead of a survey link, you can have all those templates as well. You can select your own content. So all these things can be done through a tool like this. Now in order to share the surveys, either we can integrate with your CRM, and from there an automated trigger will be sent, and through that the survey will be shared, or we can also import a CSV file. So I'll show you the example. So here let me just take the example of a sample file. Now the sample file contains all of this information, so I can map all these. So the names will be tagged as name, the emails, the phone numbers, the states. Over here I can give this one also a particular, so this could be a product. Okay. Now once I click on next, I'll give this a name, sample upload for ABC. Once I finish it, this will be uploaded. Now once we have uploaded this, we can easily send it out at that particular point of time, or we can schedule it for a later date as well. Coming back, we can easily schedule reminders as well. For the people who have not responded, we can schedule that after 3 days or after 2 days after sending the surveys, a reminder goes out so that we can make sure that the response rate is maintained. So all these things can be easily done from a tool, and we have other options as well which can be easily explored. Now coming to the integration part, we can easily integrate with any CRM that you have through open APIs. Now one particular use case that we can think of is, let's say every time feedback is received, or let's say for any kind of negative feedback which has been received, you would want to notify a particular team to make sure that they close the loop with the particular customer. So you can easily go ahead and click on the notification part. You can create a task here. You can add a condition that for every NPS question, people who have given me a detractor rating will be notified to a particular team member. Okay, so I'll add a task of sending an email to the internal team. Now this particular feature can also be leveraged for any kind of positive feedback which you have received, to send it to the sales team for any kind of referrals, or addition of reviews in the social media. So that can also be taken into consideration. Now we as a company, we give a lot of priority to closing the loop with the customer. So we have also created an internal ticketing tool. So whenever a negative feedback is received, a ticket can be raised within the tool, and it can be uh, assigned to a particular agent in your company as well. Now these are the current open tickets that I have. If I click on an example of one of such tickets, I get to see all the details of this particular company in terms of what has been the response. Now I can work on this ticket and add my internal notes over here. Let's say worked on the ticket. Now once I am done with it, I can easily go ahead and change the status to close. Now how can we actually set up this automation? So we need to go to the automation part. We have the option of create automation. We can set up the ticket creation. So here are so many options. So let's say I select the survey for which I want the ticket to be created. Okay. So I can filter the responses that for any kind of question, for any kind of NPS question where I have received a detractor rating, I'll select the conditions according to my preference. I'll save and continue. I'll add an action of generating a ticket. Now for that also I can add my required fields, like I will add all of these features in the particular ticket so that my agent has all the idea. Okay, save and continue. I'll assign it to, let's say, myself. Or if we have any particular information in terms of contact property, we can also select a contact property of manager email. Now if I want, I can also set up escalations. If I want to make sure that the escalation goes out after this many hours of not working on it, all those things can be set up. Now once I turn it on, this will be set up as an automation. Now once the responses start flowing in, automated reports will keep getting generated. I'll show you an example of how the responses look like. Okay, so this is an example of the report that has been generated. We get to see the NPS score, we get to see the details, we get to see the NPS trend, and we can also segregate it based on daily, weekly, monthly. All these things can be done based on whenever I'm receiving the responses. And I can also add filters here. So filters can be based on city, based on product, based on any other demographic. The most number of information or the columns that I get as a part of my CSV upload in the sample file, the more will be the capability of slicing and dicing of information that I will be having. Okay. Now the another interesting feature for a tool like this is the text analysis. So sometimes you will see that the customers will, give you a lot of open ended comments. So for that, if you have to go through every single comment and understand what the challenge is, it will take a lot of time. So for that, we have developed this feature with AI based text analytics. So here, all the comments that are coming in, all the open ended comments that are coming in, they will automatically get tagged to their respective area of interest, is respective tags, and you can see the sentiments as well. Okay, so here we can train the tool, and obviously our team will also help you with that. So you can easily go ahead and create a few tags and train the tool on the verbatim analysis, and you get to see whatever comments are coming in, for that what kind of sentiments your customers have. Now your analysis process also becomes very easy, considering you can just go ahead and have a look at all the ones that are negative. You get to see which particular area has the highest number of negative sentiments, what's the NPS for all of these areas. So you can see all of this information over here. Now on top of this, you can easily create dashboards as well. So the reports are there which are automatically getting created, but let's say you are running different surveys but you want to show a consolidated view to any particular team member, so you can go ahead and create your own dashboard. So for the same, you can go ahead and select the edit option over here, and you can add new reports. You can select the survey, select the chart type, and click on add to dashboard. I'll show you an example of one such dashboard which has already been created. So here we have all the information, and through cross tabs you can also go ahead and create NPS by regional head, NPS by cluster, or NPS by any particular parameter or segment that you have internally. Now, all these dashboards that you see over here can be sliced and diced. We can make sure that we are giving restricted access of this data to restricted people in the company. For example, let's say I want to show this data of regional head only to regional head 1 and not to regional head 2, because we want each head to have a view of only their data. So we can select this as a filter and then lock it. Now, once we do that, and once we apply that filter and share it with them, they will have only a view of their information. We can share this as well. Now, in order to make sure that specific people in the company have specific kinds of access, we have defined the roles and responsibilities for different team members. Now, let's say you want to invite an user in your company. You can click on the plus button. You can give their email ID. For example, here I'll give my own email ID. I can make sure what kind of access I want to give to this particular people. It could be dashboard admin, dashboard view only, and ticket agent, survey user, ticket admin, ticket agent. All these things can be done through a tool like this. So, on a very high level, that is what the tool can do. In case of any questions, please feel free to send me an email at lela@surveysensum.com. Thank you.